would be your first memory related to cinema?
To cinema? Oh my goodness. I used to go as a kid. It used to be Saturday morning cinema, just for children. They used to do this thing after the war in London, and we used to watch old movies that were pretty terrible movies, but there was more fighting going on in the audience than there was people interested in watching the films. But that's when I first went to the cinema.
And any particular memories about cinema on the Champs-Élysées?
I remember my first film I made was Bugsy Malone, and it was running on the Champs-Élysées, and it was my first film in France, and it said Un film de Alan Paker. They spelt my name wrongly, so I was very upset by this. And then I walked a bit further on, and there was it said the film was Family Plot by Alfred Hitchcock. So they spelled Alfred Hitchcock's name wrong as well. So I didn't feel so bad. I don't make films anymore. I'm not interested in making films. I think that films are not for old men. Films are for young people. Most film directors don't make films once they're at a certain age. They just repeat themselves or they make bad films. So I don't ever want to do that. No, I do. I paint. Art is the thing that I care most about at the moment, and I do that every single day. So, you know, I spent nearly 40 years making films. I think that's enough. You know, no more. And it's very difficult. Making a film is physically very hard. You know, it's a very long shooting day, 12-hour day, 6-day week, 3 months away from home. It's not a life I want anymore.
You were one of the very first directors to first start in advertising and then move on to film. What do you think this first gig in advertising brought to your filmmaking?
I think, well, first of all, there was no film industry in England, so it's the only place where I could start. And, you know, I used to make a commercial every week, and in a way it was my film school. And so I learned the technique of film. You don't learn everything, because storytelling in 30 seconds is very different to storytelling that lasts for 2 hours. But the technique of film I understood and learned from making commercials. Maybe the notion that you know, every moment matters, and to polish every single moment is what I got from commercials. But mostly it was the beginnings. It was a start. There was no British film industry, so it was the only place I could start. Independent American cinema is, you know, our last great hope, really, because the mainstream American cinema, the American film studios, they're mostly interested only in money, and they're only interested in superhero type films and special effect digital films. And so the independent cinema is the only place where you can have intelligent, sensible films being made. So thank goodness it exists, really. I'm not really a big student of cinema. In fact, I don't see many films at all, if I was really honest. No, I was brought up on cinema, you know, the cinema of Truffaut and Chabrol, etc., and Godard, and yes, I think that that was everything to me. That was cinema. That was why I wanted to be a filmmaker. I look at contemporary French cinema. I don't know if I would get the same stimulation. Funny enough, however bad American cinema is, it is about fantasy. It's, you know, if that means dreams, I don't know. I mean, the American dream is what informs all of American cinema. It's about people trying to improve themselves, fall in love, get better, great, fantastic, happy ending. That's what American cinema has always been. And in a way, however bad it is, that's what they are. But dreams aren't necessarily about what films are, you know. The best films are really about films that actually perhaps portray the badder side, the nightmares of the world, rather than what's good about the world, you know.